Friends, family, fans, it's back now on Bets episode 131. You think you know me? We just got back from a bike ride. Not going to lie to you. Hot and sweaty. Underestimated the weather. That's going to be the theme of this week. Here in Iowa, there's cornfields, flat cornfields, but you go out there and you pedal. Cruising out there. Thought I was cruising at 20 miles an hour. Think I'm back in shape. Fast and furious. Instead, I'm just fat and delirious. You know, switch around. The wind was into my face and I was eating it all the way back. Knew I had to get onto the stream. And it's nothing worse than knowing the faster you pedal, the more you're going to sweat, the longer it takes to recover. And as a result, you're just in a pickle. So we're rocking and rolling the freaking Arkansas John Daly Kickback Golf. Use code FGD15 if you're in the mood for one of these bad boys. Let's chat some VALSPAR. Going to be some serious weather. The reason why the edge is part of the meme is because it's a wave edge this week. So those of you that don't understand wrestling from back in the day, You Think You Know Me is what the intro for Edge's song was every time he came into the WWE arena. I know if you're on Mayo Media, you're likely a wrestling fan to some capacity. Anthony, my brother, as always, first in the comments, commentating nerd, my man, sups up. Tick, tick, tock. I know. I was running a touch late, yeah. Is the wind blowing again? The wind is blowing here in Iowa, and it's going to be blowing in Innisbrook, Florida. There we go. Good morning, fam, says Salty Warlord. Salty Warlord. Barking into the wind better or worse than hitting driver into the wind? Well, if you're hitting a driver into the wind, you're not getting even more tired or less tired. You just have worse results. Biking into the wind, your fat ass pedals, baby. And you pedal and pedal and pedal. So let's get into it. VALSPAR, booty cheeks, let's go. Wind for days. So here's the model. Use my code use code VALSPAR for 50% off this week on the first month of my Patreon. You can go into the Patreon and get yourself 50% off right there. I'm importing files. I'm not even listening to what I'm actually saying. You just want to make a quick copy of VALSPAR. There we have it. Now I'm not messing around anybody else's stuff. Everything's out here. I actually should have put in the tee times, which I don't have. So we're going to be using my OG model instead for the next little bit. But we've got tee times, we've got ownership projections, we've got all that jazz coming up. I'll be taking a quick update after I'm back behind the computer over here. So here's the Maniacs model. Oh, there's dates. Okay, we're good. We're good for now. So here's the model. We've got round 2 showdown. We've got the bet tracker. We've got my matchup tool. We've got my placement tool. We've got one and done going on. We've got it all. We've got round 3 showdown from last week, which we'll be updating this week. All the jazz. Looking to get involved? Go ahead. Click the link in the description below for the Model Maniac Patreon. We'll be deep diving some guys. We've got some strange bets because we placed some outrights early in the week. And as a result, we kind of found ourselves dealing with a weather edge we weren't quite expecting. That's on me. All good. We're going to go through the outrights. We got like one placement bet that we're going to be rocking and rolling with. And then we're going to just kind of filter. I'll put the tee times into the model and we can go ahead and figure out some DFS stuff because everyone's going to be playing the AM, PM guys. Let me see if I can pull up the weather for us and just completely nuke the stream. But it usually does. It doesn't work that well on the stream, yeah. Let's be honest. We're not looking for Dallas Center. We're looking for Innisbrook, not CPC Sawgrass. Innisbrook. There we go. So we scoot in all the way to Innisbrook over here. That's where it is on the map. And then we're going to go over to Thursday and Friday. And as you can see, the problem. Yeah. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of this, and then we'll just go from there. Because the weather's important this week. We've got to make sure we know what's going on. All right. Where's the screenshot at? Coming up. 2 seconds. That's Tommy Fleetwood screenshot. We're looking for Innisbrook screenshots. There we go. All right. So we'll get this out of the way. Screenshots up. Get the weather off the freaking picture. And the screenshot's up now. So Weather this week, as you can see over here, we've got ourselves a severe weather edge. Tea time start right around 12 o'clock-ish. And as you can see, this morning is looking delightful. And then these guys go off in the PM. So this is what a weather wave looks like. If you are new to the channel, congratulations. You just upgraded yourself from a noob to a noob 2.0. So weather edge looks like it's in full effect for Thursday to Friday because the guys going off in the AM will be teeing off in the PM on Friday. As you can see, the guys going off in the afternoon, it is chaos because they'll be going off in the morning as well when the wind is still picked up. So completely disastrous here with the mouse, but I love you guys too. Happy Innisbrook week. This is the edge. We'll kind of pay attention to it as the week unfolds. We got one more day before we have to make our decisions. The best part about DFS is that you can go ahead and wait. You don't have to go and make these decisions right away. Betting markets have shifted drastically. I don't think I recall a situation being this aggressive post tea time drop. I had a whole bunch of guys plugged in to bet them as we were waiting for tea times. Odds were moving in the opposite directions. The guys with the AM, PM tea times, their odds got shorter. The guys with PM, AM, they were just boosting those bets, baby. They want you to bet those names. And Shane Lowry's odds went up. He's PM guy. Tommy Fleetwood, AM guy. So we're going to see Tommy Fleetwood's ownership be through the roof, but I see Darbo's in the house over here. So we know that Sweet Spot DFS doesn't necessarily matter about who you're actually playing ownership-wise. It's just how you put them together in your lineups. So we'll be chatting about all of that here too. A lot of AM guys at the top of the board, which makes for some interesting decisions, which is kind of cool. I'm glad that it's not just Tommy that's going off early. All right. So let's go to our first bet, and we're going to find ourselves a guy by the name of Michael Kim. He is one of the 2 people we bet pre-tournament. We bet 10 dudes, and only 2 of them managed to find themselves playing in the AM. So that's womp womp for us. Akshay Bhatia did withdraw, so we had a few extra tickets, 0.3 units to spend. So we had a 30-to-1 kind of bet we could have placed out there, and we have one of those. So we're going to be putting that out there promptly. Our first bet, though, is Michael Kim. We've got Michael Kim 6th in the model for upside. Let's just do the upside model. Put that bad boy over there. We're going to hide this column over here, and we're going to get into it. But before we do that, I'm going to take another quick sip of a Twisted Tea. Appreciate you all. As always, this show's brought to you by Bet105. We'll be knocking out a couple matchups. Maybe we can find a couple interesting wave advantages in the matchup market. You know, if you're looking to kind of find some matchups, AM, PM guy versus a PM, AM guy, AM, PM guy. It doesn't even really matter who that is because the weather's going to be atrocious over that stint. Looking back at the comments here, what's up? Wheels up. JD saying sup. Chris Drape saying, are the players as tight as I'm watching golf all these weeks? Hey, there can never be too much golf going on. You know, commentating nerd saying fair. AM, PM wave, Joanne. I couldn't agree more. Can't wait to stack AM, PM. Only missed a cut by 1 instead of 3. Touche, my friend. What a great comment there. That's probably the comment of the night so far. All right. Michael Kim to the moon. Yeah, I know. He's going to be chalk city, especially after the miscut last week. I'm okay with that. Sweet Spot says we'll see some equal split of AM, PM games in the top 10 by the end of the tournament. Yeah, we won't see an equal split, my buddy. Maybe we do, but I will bet you now there's more AM, PM than PM, AM. 6-4 is still enough, in my opinion. My dog, read your tweet over the weekend. Need to block out the negative. As you have golf family, we appreciate all you do for us. Hey, quick little second here. I know we're going to get to it just shortly. We've been going for a while. But if you guys have been following along with the bets, I see the Wi-Fi is also not the greatest. So we'll just start again once it boosts itself up. But it hasn't been the greatest start to the year. I mean, this has been cataclysmically bad. I don't think I've ever lost 50 units in a year, never mind the first 2.5 months of betting. So we're going to climb back. The sad part about it is I let it get to me a little bit because it's just it's the straw that broke the camel's back. 11 weeks in a row, I haven't hit a return of profit, which is crazy. Usually I always grind. The way I bet, I'm always grinding out units. 1 or 2 units this week, 1 or 2 units that week. Sometimes you have a big week. Sometimes you have a bad week. It is what it is. But ultimately, I don't know what on earth has happened so far, but I cannot seem to hit a winner. Cannot seem to hit a winning week. I'm not too concerned about the winner. Like finding the winner of a golf tournament hasn't necessarily ever been my thing. But I crush the placement markets, and that has not been the case this year. So it's hurt my heart, and it impacted me too much. And I'm glad I put that out there because it really helped me. It helped me process it. I read that tweet a couple hours later, and I was like, how could you feel that way, you idiot? It's ultimately just money. It's money that I can afford to lose. Yes, it's a lot of money. I wasn't planning on losing 50 units, but 48 and a half. It's not 50 yet. But, you got to deal with the bad and separate this shit from your life. Baby girl's doing amazing. She's laughing. She's giggling. All sorts of good stuff. The dogs are amazing. It's so nice outside. Just appreciate everything that's good for you in the world. That being said, we're going to win some goddamn money. I'm making my way back to the profitability. We're going to win 50 units from here on out. If we can be profitable by 1 unit by the end of the year, that is going to be one of the best comeback stories I've ever written myself. So I appreciate all of you. So many great messages from people in the DMs, messages like Donnie saying things like this. I appreciate you guys so much. It's tough. It sucks. And I know other people are also using these picks. Hopefully by now you guys aren't. But now's the time to get in because we're going to be cooking with gas. So we're doing that. I appreciate you, Donnie. I really do. All right. Suba has such a gold rush high upside. I want to go back to him. Played well before the cut. Just got off to a bad start. Yes, dude. We'll deep dive some guys towards the end of the show here and get into it. Yeah. Commentating nerd in the Discord said, yeah, stop tailing you. I don't think you're hurting my feelings. I would too if I was myself. But we have to do what we have to do. All right. Darbo's saying I was absolutely feeling the same way. The players treated me well. Y'all, who's that in reply to? Patrick Candy's wearing sunscreen inside sofa in the evening. JD with the second best comment of that. Anyway, let's dive into the model. Let's take a peek at what's going on. I have some badass tools for you guys as well, by the way. Okie dokie, Smokey. Michael Kim, walk on up. 6th in the upside rankings. 16th when it comes to safety. Michael Kim popping hard in the top 5, top 20 markets. The top 40 market, he's only started playing good golf lately. This is for the last 12, 8, 4, and 2 months of the year. So the top 40 is still probably catching up for him, but that recent form has been scintillating. If we take a look at what he's been up to, 2nd at the Waste Management, 13th at the Genesis, 13th at Mexico, 6th at the Cognizant, 4th at the API. Holy cow, he's been playing nicely. So we like this Michael Kim situation here for the top bet of the board. We're going with him at 40-1. Pop that in the Discord. That is now 28-1 from what I understand out there. Mr. Cut the players, we're not too concerned about that. He's played okay, yeah. That's not too bad considering we got a 33rd and a 45th back when Michael Kim wasn't even playing the greatest golf. So it's all good. We'll figure it out going on forward. Michael Kim is the guy. If you take a look at what he's been up to the last little while, we can take a look at his overall statisticals. 25th in strokes gained approach, 60th ball striking, 49th around the green. But if we go over to my tool over here, which we can take a look at, this is the DFS tool. So we'll be getting into this a little bit better. You can see all sorts of random ownership metrics, points gained on the field, what the guy's salary was, which tournament it was, all that jazz. Again, in the Patreon link in the description below. There's our showdown tool. So if we type in Kim, Michael, we can click on this and then we can see, okay, let's go by year, get the most recent going on. And it looks like we've got a freaking duplicates. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. But let's get to 2025 over here's. And where do we have here? We've got Arnold Palmer Invitational. Look at this. Look at the situation. We've got green across the board. The putter comes and goes. That's putting. Got green, green, green at the API. Cognizant, solid stuff across the board. One bad round 4. Wasn't doing the greatest there. We need some players. Where's the hell the players at? There's the players. I need to figure out why I've got some duplicates in here. Jesus Christ, Byron. Every time I show off my stuff, there's something going on. But Michael Kim doing his thing. It's been great to see what he's been up to the last little while. And it's such a well-rounded game. His round 4 stuff seems to be pretty damn solid in that department. He seems to play good golf when he's leading. If we take a look at what he's got up to, most of his leads have come back way long ago. So that doesn't even impact us anymore. When he's within 3, how does that look? So he was within 3 at the Cognizant, gained 1.9 strokes in round 3, lost half a stroke on Sunday at the Cognizant. So not ideal when he was contending for the T6. Genesis Invitational was within 3 after round 2, lost some strokes. So he's going to have to figure out these bugaboos in the 2025 season. Waste Management Phoenix Open, gained 1.7 strokes in round 3. Round 4, not the best situation in the whole wide world, but Thomas Dietrich was a million miles ahead. So he wasn't within 3 there. So this is the tools you can use. You can see spike performances, where have your spike rounds come. We had a spike round in round 2 at the Waste Management. So he's got the upside we're looking for in a big way. And it's something that I want to kind of exploit. At 40-1, that was a great number. Glad he made it to the AM cut. Let's go. Now, we're going to be going back to a couple dudes that have not the greatest tee times. We got Jake Knapp coming up, yeah. Jake Knapp, if we take a look at what he's been up to, we're going to just knock him in the model over here. Jake Knapp. He has been doing some good stuff the last little while. Hasn't played the Cognizant before. Obviously, there's no course history yet, but his best finish in 2025 since the Sony is a 6th place finish at the Cognizant, a Florida golf course, a positional venue, a place that you have to kind of dial back the driver. We saw him going into the final round with the lead, kind of sucked it up there on the one hole where he took a triple. Not ideal, but he's been playing some solid ass golf. Now we get the 1:45 p.m. tee time. Not the greatest situation there. His odds went from 60-1 to 75-1 in a heartbeat once the tee times were dropped. So wouldn't necessarily go after him right now. We are at what we're at. The great form is there. We'll have to see some maybe showdown opportunity if he makes the cut. But these PM times, I think, are going to be tough to kind of figure out who the guy is that makes it through for the PMs. I know Darbo's been mentioning it, but look at this Knapp situation. I'm kind of disappointed in this, actually. We don't have a single top 5 in the last 12 months from Jake Knapp. That's not ideal. So we're going to have to figure that out. But we've got a 6th place, which isn't terrible. For DFS, potentially a way to go. I think these PM times, the ownership is going to get absolutely slashed. So there's Jake Knapp for us. We like what's going on. The form's great. He plays his shorter course as well. Let's go Knapp City. Then we're going to go to the glove man. Lucas Glover, we're going to see some serious odds for him as well because we've got a freaking PM time for him, 156. In fact, I'm going to pull up some odds here just to see what these guys' odds are now. We're in at Lucas Glover Stadium, 50-1. If we take a look at what the actual odds are for him at the moment, Tommy Fleetwood at 11-1. God damn, that's incredible. If we're looking for Glover, though, we're going to scroll. We got to scroll. He's now 70-1 out there. Some books have him at 33. Some books have him at 70. Some have him at 60. Ugh. I don't know if I want to dabble in the PM times, but we are there at 50. We figured Glover's got what it takes over here. The course history is pretty darn solid considering he's played that much golf. The ball striking, the irons, as always, going to be what really highlights Lucas Glover's situation. Super accurate off the tee. Hits those nice, ropey, dinky draws down the fairway. 20th in the field off the tee on shorter courses than 7,200 yards. Got to make sure you keep those in the fairway. You feel me? When it comes to good shot and poor shot avoidance, he's top 20 in both departments. Great wedge player, great player inside the 200 mark. Then it gets a little frisky, 200 plus. You know, middle of the field, still a very good iron player overall, but his strengths lie at the 8th and 12th that he finds himself for the wedges, and from 150 to 200. When it comes to the rest, we're kind of figuring it out. 77th out the rough. He hits a lot of fairways, though, so that's not that big of a deal for him. We'll see what happens. Pretty darn solid from 5 to 15 feet inside the 5 feet mark. We've seen him miss a couple there. Last 36 rounds, overall, he's gained 32nd most strokes putting in the most recent situations. These are not Bermuda. They are POA Triv overseed this week. So I know Sam Burns has typically putted well here, Bermuda Burns, but it's POA Triv overseed. Glover, what's he got up to here? 13th, 11th, 36th, 48th. 4 of the last 5 years he's played here and made the cut, with 3 of them being top 40s, 2 of them top 20s. Good to see. Finished third at the Players. We thought we were catching some seriously good stuff from the glove. Not so hot, considering we've got the PMT time now. Great form at courses that make a lot of sense. Pebble Beach finished third, positional kind of a venue. Then at the Players, finished third again, short positional kind of dinky venue. This week, Players, Cognizant, Pebble. If you're looking for like recent comps, those would be 3 I would definitely be looking at. I think you can take a look at Iron Play at Mexico. Because of the long irons required out there, we'll see what happens. So Lucas Glover's checking a lot of boxes for us. Unfortunately, we get that PM time. Go grab a 70 if you're in the mood. Also, just wait for the week to kind of unfold. Maybe get into the betting market after the guys make the cuts. Moving along swiftly to a guy that has now played 10 tournaments in a row, playing his 11th in consecutive events, Ben Griffin. If you take a look over here, by the way, if you're looking to get the model, we've got the fortune cookie filter over here, which takes into account, it's not like giving you a model score, it's giving you the points for each different box. As you can see, we're not looking for any wedges this week. The first box is strokes gained from 150 to 200. Second box, strokes gained from 200 plus. Third box, strokes gained out the rough from 150 and out. How have you been putting the last 36 rounds? You need to make sure that your putting is in good shape. You will see that if we take a look at the key stats over here, click, 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 boom chakalaka, putting is 3% more important at this venue than tour average. So that's the situation. As you can see, we've got a lot more strots coming from 150 to 200, 36% of them from there. We've only got 24% coming from 100 to 150. Then we've got a 32% coming from 200 plus. So overall, 70% of shots coming from 150 and out. That's our ballpark. You feel me? So difficult golf course, lots to rely on in that department. Back to the fortune cookie filter. If you can drive the ball well on shorter positional golf courses, check that box. Ben Griffin not checking a lot of boxes right now. Par 5 scoring. This golf course does not let you get very far under par. As a result, we are figuring out where can we score. Short positional par 5s, not short positional par 5s. The par 5s are where you can make up ground. They are the 3 easiest holes on the course. Actually, all 4 of them are the easiest, but the 4th one plays a little closer to even par than the other 3. The other 3 are all 0.2 or more under par. So those are the holes you have to capitalize on. Get all your birdies over there. There's 3 of them times 4. Hopefully you can play them 10 under par and play the rest of the holes even somehow. So that's the situation. That's the general philosophy here. I got 20% par 5 scoring in my model this week. Top 10s, top 20s at this golf course. That's another checkbox. And then top 10s, and top 20s at the most recent events. So more recently. So that's what's going on the fortune cookie filter. Complete tangent there, but take a look at this. These are the last 10 tournaments. Ben Griffin made the cut in 8 of them. Incredible stuff. So I kind of don't mind him missing the cut at the Players. I think it gives him a bit of extra time to just relax. I mean, this dude is just grinding away, trying to get himself into the Masters. And as a result, he's just playing far too much golf. But he was playing some solid golf around Mexico Cognizant. So maybe we see a bit of that form return and hopefully can overcome the PMT time. That's Ben Griffin's situation. Playing great, as a 45th and a 17th in the last 2 times he's played here. Only 2 times he's played here. since he's a relatively new option on the PGA Tour. Andrew Novak is next up for us. Another freaking PM tee time. Another freaking guy that's got some great course history with a 17th and a 27th at this course in the last 2 years. If we take a look at what he's been up to more recently, he's one of these guys that the strokes gain total metrics are not necessarily going to grade out the greatest because he misses cuts about as often as he makes them. But when he makes them, you're getting an absolute top 40 from him. All 4 of his made cuts this year have been top 40s. 3 of them have been top 20s, and 1 of them was a 3rd place finish, top 5. So a lot to see what's going on over there. This is the reason why you don't want to almost get too involved in the strokes gain side of things because of these bad performances. You want to find guys' profiles that give you these kind of upside weeks. He does that at 100-1. I believe with the PMT time, we're probably going to be finding an Andrew Novak even further down the board. I'm scrolling and I'm at 150-1 right now. What is his current price? 150-1. So, I mean, we're getting some really good value for a Andrew Novak ticket. I'm in at 100. He's one of these dudes that has good enough short game to kind of survive the PM wave. Great upside. He's either going to miss the cut or give you a top 20. That's just what he gets up to. So that's the Andrew Novak situation. PM tee time again, massive issue there. Scooting along down to the next guy, Max McGreevy, another freaking PM tee time. We just couldn't figure it out. Look at this recent form. We've got 4 consecutive top 40s, 2 top 25s, and a 4th place at the Cognizant. Let me just take another sip of some Twisted Tea here. Started the year, 4 consecutive missed cuts, and now we're starting to find our groove. So if there was a stock market, you could buy some Max McGreevy. The upside is absolutely there for him, way more so than the safety ranking. Makes a lot of sense. He's finishing inside the top 5 about 20% of the time for his own profile, and the 20% rate. Jesus, Byron, take a breath, brother. Finishing inside the top 20, 33% of the time. You're typically looking for that to be double the top 10 rate, and the top 10 rate needs to typically be double the top 5 rate. His top 20 rate isn't even double his top 5 rate. So we like the upside there. Max McGreevy, but PM tee time. Let's take a look at the comments. I haven't been taking a peek at the comments for a little while. You guys are having a good old time in here. Kevin, what's up, my man? Was busy on the harvest, got some time for golf, my brother. Hope the pot farm is treating you well. We always appreciate your service, my bad. Any other KJ parlay? Homie, you'll know when I stop telling you, you'll immediately crush. Hey, hey, I'm going to need you to stop ASAP then. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you, my dude. I'll see you at the John Deere again, maybe. We'll see what's cooking. Anywhere else we got out of the chat here? What are the chances the wind is so bad that the have a weather delay and the PM guys get a good wave? Possible. Always a possibility. And as we discussed on the Fantasy Golf Degenerate show, you're looking to multi-enter this week. If you do that, stack the PM-AM, guys. You never know. It could blow so hot. I was thinking about that on the bike ride. I would imagine they protect the course with softer, slower greens. Big words. But it could blow pretty badly, and that could happen. But I think a venue like this will be protecting the course, will be protecting the field. As a result, pin locations will be a lot easier. Greens will be running a lot slower. They don't want to take this stuff spilling over into Monday. It causes a big mess. So hopefully that's the situation. It could be the case. We've seen this happen at the Players multiple times. We thought the Players was going to work out the one way or the other. No. PM guys got the best weather or best conditions on Thursday. Randomly, just completely randomly. So that's what we're dealing with. Always look to stack the opposite contrarian side with a couple of those big boys. We're going to be low owned. If things happen weirdly, you're good to go. You're Gucci Boochie, baby. So we like that there. Brian's talking back to JD. The players treated Darbo well. Congratulations, Darbo. Definitely sticking with Michael Kim. I agree with you. All right. Tons of smoke around McGreevy this week. Any chance a deep dive? Like, absolutely. We'll do a deep dive. Anthony saying rider thoughts. We'll do some rider at the end here. We're kind of cruising through the outright bets as we go. So we'll get there shortly. Sir Bongs a lot. Hey, you should make some friends with Kevin. He'll hit you up with some Gucci's. Pauline Levasseur. Byron, keep grinding, bro. I appreciate you. Glover, outright in top 20. Hey, I think a Glover top 40 is on the cards, potentially. You know, he's a grinder. He'll get through this week. Look like Hoey this week, says Joanne. Playing good, right? He is playing very, very good. We'll take a peek at Joanne's Hoey next. I had Camilo Villejagas at the Players First Round Leader 300 and the fourth week with outright first round leaders I got this week. What? Camilo Villejagas, you had him? Well, congratulations. Awesome. So you're the first round leader dog now. So who are you betting first round leader this week? That's the question. By the way, Cristobal Del Solar, he finds himself first round in the morning. So he's definitely going to be on the card at 350 to 1 with 5 places each way at Bet365. Cristobal Del Solar. We'll just do a quick deep dive on him while we're kind of looking at this stuff. Take a look at what his situation looks like. Cristobal Del Solar. Look at this profile. It's absurd. Look at this. He's losing strokes in every other department. We've got Corn Ferry Tour stuff in here as well. If we filter by PGA, what does it do for us? Absolutely nothing. Cool. I'll fix that button at some point. But if we get back to 2025, we've got Puerto Rico Opens, we've got Cognizance, we've got all sorts of random other crap over here. Round 1, barely lost strokes in round 1. Round 2, loses a ton of strokes. Made the cut at the Farmers because of his 4.5 strokes gained in round 1 on the South Course. Played fantastic that day. Lost strokes every other day. Mexico Open at Vedanta World. Gained strokes in round 1. 0.6 of them was hunting down that first round leader. Stumbled down the back 9. All good. Lost strokes in round 2. Missed the cut. Puerto Rico Open this year. Gained 2 strokes in round 1. Gained some strokes in round 4. That's the first time we've seen him gain strokes in a non-round 1 round. So congratulations to him. At the Sony Open this year, we saw him gain strokes in round 1. Lost strokes in every other round. At the American Express, round 1, this is when I put every single bet on him. I bet him at round 1, and I also put him in all my round 1 showdown. He goes and has literally the worst. Oh, no. The American Express round 2 was the worst. But prior to this round 2, this was one of his worst performances he's ever had. Lost a couple there, blah, blah, blah. But you get my drift. If we take a look at his best strokes gain total, look at this. Round 1. Just round 1s for days. He's our guy. Look at all these strokes gain. I mean, it's just incredible to see all these round 1s. Just click the column here, and then you can see just insanely good. High floor in round 1. Super weird dude that he's got such a weird profile that's like so skewed. Anyway, fun stuff there with Cristobal Del Solar. 350 to 1 first round leader. Let's go. AMT time. I believe. Let's double check that quickly. 9:30. Let's go. $6,000 flat. Showdown option, by the way. Definitely going to be looking at him. All right. So we were talking about Max McGreevy. We love him, but the steam is there. It is what it is. We cool. We know what he's getting there. We know what we're getting there from Max McGreevy. Yes, Joel Damon as our next option. PM goddamn tea time. Just tough stuff for us over here. Checks 5 boxes. Most of them are to do with the top 10, top 20s lately, and strokes gained from 150 to 200. You have to be top 20 in the model for that to take place. So you don't just get a box checked for free, friends. Just telling you that now. Top 10 at the Farmers. 6th at the Mexico Open. 32nd at the Cognizant. Should have missed the cut at the Players. Made the cut. Finished 54th. Didn't play the greatest over the weekend, but showed us some high upside. Take a look at what Joel Damon's been up to the last little while. It's been quite impressive. At the Players, we saw some really good stuff. Let's go by year. I need to change this to the actual dates. I think that's what my problem is that I've got some date situations going on here. Where is the players for him? Players. Not seeing any players yet. Coming up. There we go. Take a look at this situation. Round 4, lost basically 4 strokes. Round 2, bounce back, 5.5 strokes gain on the field. Delightful stuff. On approach, 3.5 strokes gained. Off the tee, lost some, but balled out in round 1 off the tee. Crazy situation there, eh? 2.5 strokes difference. So interesting things happen on these golf courses, but Joel Damon drives the ball so goddamn straight. He tends to play well when he was leading. That's only happened a couple times back. The last time was 2022, and most of that's happened on very difficult golf courses. So we tend to see that from Joel Damon. Cool little deep dive there. We'll do some more deep diving here shortly. We like Joel. He's played okay at this golf course, made cuts here at every single turn. Does he have the upside to get across the line? We don't know, but 150 to 1 wasn't a terrible bet. We take a look now at his current odds. Joel Damon's 170 to 1, so you're getting even better odds over there at FanDuel. So that's my take on Joel Damon. Joe Highsmith playing some solid golf, boys and girls. You know what I'm saying? 3 consecutive top 20s, I guess. Not consecutive, missed the cut at the API. Not the greatest golf course for him. I prefer him at a golf course where you can kind of dink and dunk your way around there. What is his profile off the tee? Solid across the board. Got a bit of distance, got a bit of accuracy. Great medium on these off the tee numbers for shorter golf courses. It's a lot of good shots from 150 to 200. So we don't want him on a wedge-intensive venue. I kind of fancy Joe Highsmith this week, just as a random option. There we go. All right. What else is going on here? Nico Højgaard, first round leader at 100 to 1 on the Rivers. Okay, Anthony. Anthony talking some good stuff. You know what I am disappointed in is that my face doesn't pop up now when I'm looking to do the comments. It kind of just leaves me this way. Darbo playing. Are you betting, my friend? I mean, $1 to win 350. Is that not value? Is that not value? If you win that bet, you can buy me 10 cases of beer for the next 10 bets you're going to lose to me in a row. So I think it's a good, easy way. I'll be betting him first round leader for the rest of the year. As long as it's at 250 to 1, 100 to 1 even, I'll be placing it on him. So we like what's going on there. Cool. Kevin and other people are making friends, organizing things. I like to see that. Continuing down the outright side of things, we have got ourselves Davis Riley, our second and final option that we placed pre-tea time drop. And Davis Riley now, what is his odds? We got him at 150 to 1. Hey, there's 170s out there, still 150. So Davis Riley's an absolute yes. 8 o'clock tea time, 8:08. The iron play sucks ass in a big way. All good. We'll figure it out. Take a look at what Davis Riley's up to here. Very bad round 1. I mean, we got some interesting metrics going on. But second here in 2022, 19th in 2023, missed the cut in 2024, wasn't playing the greatest. Last little while, we've got a 48th at the Cognizant and a 38th at the Players. So we're starting to see some form come our way with Davis Riley. Also, the Puerto Rico Open is in the mix there, and we are not seeing that from Riley. So let's pull up Riley over here. Riley D, what does that do for us? There we go. It's auto-filling stuff. Hasn't been playing great. We're looking for Players Championship. Look at that round 2. We got some spike potential. Gained across the board. Then in round 3 and round 4, kind of just lost the irons a bit, but that can happen on a quick 1 or 2 water balls. All good. Chipping nicely. Looks like that's figured out nicely. Putting okay. Lost the putter a little bit. You know, that is what it is. What else? Puerto Rico Open. Take a look at what he got up to at the Puerto Rico. Third round, lost some strokes, but everywhere else he's been gaining. I mean, this field isn't Puerto Rico Open-esque, but outside the top of the board, not the greatest golfers in the world. You know, you don't have to dominate that. But you know what Davis Riley can do? Beat Scotty Scheffler straight up. Scotty was trying to chase his ass down, could not. So you feel me. We like Davis, 150 to 1. And the same principle applies to when he did nicely at the Charles Schwab. I think He was entering the Charles Schwab with some really good form. Not really good form. Much better form than miscuts. He was making cuts and has typically played well at the Charles Schwab. If we fill in over here, let's take a look. We can go and take a look. Charles Schwab gets played where? The event name, Charles. And we're looking for Davis. Riley. There we go. So, here we go. Charles Schwab Challenge. In 2022, he finished 4th, then missed the cut, and then won it. So you can see where he plays nicely. If we take a look at VALSPAR, we got some solid stuff. Second was dominating off the tee. Great, great work there. And then the irons have found themselves again in the last 2 years. So we'll figure it out. Putts nicely, has never lost on these greens in the 3 times he's played here. Davis Riley, ladies and gentlemen, 170 to 1. The second outright we have that can actually go and probably win this thing with an AMT time. All righty. Bounce back, Byron. We're going to get all the units back this week. Let's freaking go. Absolutely, Mike. I couldn't agree more with you. And again, we are doing the weight loss challenge. We're going to try and lose more pounds than we do units this year. We are down 48.5 units, and we are currently down 1 pound after yesterday. Just did 24 miles on the bicycle, looking to go into 2 pounds. We're catching up onto our units there. Can turn a bad thing into a good thing this year. So let's get back to some more bets. We got one more over here, and his name is Matt McCarty. McCarty. And we like what we're seeing from McCarty in a big way. We need to take a look at the players where he finished 20th. We kind of live bet him live. He was finishing T16 after 2 rounds. The ball striking was looking real good. We're starting to make some cuts, starting to see some form develop from McCarty. Missed a couple after the Sony. That's okay. What we know about this man is that he's a very good putter. Hasn't been putting the greatest the last little while, but we know he can putt nicely. And then when we get to the driving side of things, it's just not good at all. But at a golf course like this, we've pulled up the key stats here, 4% less important off the tee. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of situation we're dealing with over here. We're looking for good putting. He can putt very, very well. He's also a 3-time winner on the Corn Ferry Tour and a winner on the PGA Tour. The Black D Championship was Matt McCarty's W in his first couple starts here on the PGA Tour. So if we take a look at his actual statisticals over here on the research tool over at the Model Maniac Patreon, where you can subscribe to in the link in the description below, we're going to type in McCarty, not Denny. We're going to type in Matt, and we'll pull up some of his stuff this year. So in 2025, these are his overall tournament statistics. We've hit a lot of good shots here at the Players' Championship. Great shots, 19, 16 poor shots. That's what the players are going to do to you. You're going to get your ass kicked if you hit a bad shot. But all's good. What we want to look at, though, Players' Championship, take a look here. Off the tee and on approach, he gained 6.5 strokes. Ball striking. The putting comes and goes. Look at what he did putting at Vedanta. Like, random weeks he can just absolutely pop. Gained just shy of 7 when he won at the Black Desert. So this is the kind of stuff that we can expect from him. Very, very impressive. I mean, look at these Corn Ferry results. Holy cow. Just green across the board there. So we've been struggling a little bit, but we saw the Cognizant was the week before the Players. That was his last tournament. Did not play at the API. Gained on approach. So that was good. And it was every single week, every single day, he gained on approach. So that was nice to see. Then we got some really good results at the Players on the ball striking front. So hopefully he can get it together for us. But we are unfortunately dealing with a guy who's going off. Oh, Jesus, what is this? We're going to have to figure out the tee time. Matthew and Matt drives me goddamn bonkers, I tell you. Matt McCarty, Matt Fitzpatrick, Matthew Fitzpatrick, whatever you're going with. Jesus, just pick a goddamn name, people. Please, I beg you. Okay. Derail is like 150. Is that Riley? Yes, let's go. I'm with you there. All right. One more bet, and then we're going to be going to some deep dives for DFS. Going to find some pivots in the AM PM stacks. We're going to figure it out. Maybe we find a couple guys we want to play a little bit in the PM AM stacks, which aren't going to work out as great. All righty. Our other guy and our final guy that replaced Akshay Bhatia is Tom Kim. Ball striking the last little while, 25th in the field. Good to see. Approach play, 21st in the field. Driving distance, accuracy, solid, 24th, 29th on average. If we're taking a look at his off the tee stuff, on shorter golf courses, 7th in the field. His weighted push shot avoidance on this golf course, 21st. Very good with the wedges. Very good when it comes to 150 to 200. And solid from 200 plus, 43rd in the field. So we'll like that. And the push shot avoidance is very good there too. We don't mind that bit whatsoever. If he finds himself hitting longer irons out the rough, we're in trouble. But he's typically a little bit more straighter of a driver. What we like about Tom Kim is we're starting to see some trends going on. 7th at Pebble, another kind of a comp course, remember? Then we saw him finish quite nicely at the Players, 42nd in the field. But what I really fancy about him at the Players was that we saw some seriously good iron play from Tom Kim. And that's what we're kind of hunting down. He has the Players Championship. Look at what he did with the irons at the Players. What? Gained 10 strokes on approach. What on earth? What on earth? So, yeah, that's not going to help you when you're losing in every other department. Lost 5 strokes putting. That's okay. You know, literally at Pebble Beach, he gained 4 strokes putting. So it's possible to have this kind of stuff show up. The putter has been a bit of a problem. Not going to lie to you. But there have been periods of time where he's gained with the putter. But man, that iron play is scorching right now. Absolutely scorching. So we like Tom Kim. You get the 8:30 tee time. Like that a lot. 7th at Pebble, his best finish. And he's never played yet before. So that's okay. Typically plays well in round 1 and round 2. That's how you kind of get a high cut streak. But that's all good. So Tom Kim, what is his current situation? I think we bet him at what is his odds? Ju Young, 28s out there now. There were 35s when the tee times dropped. Put that in the Discord. As always, you are going to be getting closing line value in the Discord, if nothing else. But what you do get in the Discord, all these badass tools that I'm showing you, and every week I am improving them. So fixing some small niggly situations, we're going to get this thing looking delightful. Also, let's just tidy up some capital letters over here. Okie dokie. I mean, Tom Kim's been a terrible bet for the last while. We have one more placement bet before we get into some DFS stuff. I just want to chat to you about Tommy Fleetwood, who's coming in now at 835. Going to be the highest owned option on the board. Makes a lot of sense. His safety rankings 3rd in the field, 5th for upside. We get all of that stuff. The only market that has been profitable for Tommy has been the top 20 market. That's okay. Finishes inside the top 20 63% of the time. Sex Panther man. We've got Sex Panther going on here. 60% of the time, Tommy Fleetwood finishing inside the top 20 all the time. So we like that in a big way. Look how solid the statistical profile is. 5th in strokes gained total. Nothing worse than 40th on the tee to green front, and then 50th in the field in putting. Not ideal. Very, very accurate off the tee, 16th in the field there with a top 40 driving distance. He's all sorts of weird things here. You know, we got 23rd in strokes gained last 12 months overall, weighted wise, picking the most important proximity buckets and sucking them into a formula to give us what we can expect on approach at this golf course. So as you can see, a great wedge player. Not going to help him that much this week. Help him a little bit, 25% of shots, but we're seeing 70% coming from 150 and out. He's solid from there. Very, very good. The 200 plus is a bit of a problem for him. Don't have a lot of good 200 plus guys in this field. We'll kind of filter by that and see who we can find is a good option. Putting, cataclysmically bad the last little while. Not good over there. But look at this recent form. Look at this recent performances. Gee, by golly, we've got some performance to look at over here. So, best finish for Tommy Fleetwood in the last little while. Finished third here in 2023, 16th in 2022. And we are looking at 4 consecutive top 22 place finishes since he showed up in the United States of America from Abu Dhabi. So, trending in the right direction. He is 11-1 to win the tournament. I do not like that whatsoever, but I'm a big fan of the top 20 bet, which we got in at minus 115 in the Discord. It is now minus 200. I apologize, but it's the only placement bet that I've made this week. That's just what it is. That's why we have the Discord, is to do this kind of stuff. So, there we have it. All right. So, let's go ahead and pull up some tee times here, figure out what's going on. We're just going to go by AM, and we've got some. Is there 11 AM tee times? No, they're not. Okay, good. So all of these tee times are the right ones. Then we're going to filter by upside, which we've got that in here already. So these are all AM, guys. We can maybe, is there a way to highlight this for us? Maybe not. All right. So taking some nominations, suggestions, commiserations for the DFS deep dives we're going to be doing here. Let's filter by DK pricing while we add it. Okay, there we go. So in the tool that we have going on here, we've also got a DFS part of the tool where we can take a peek at what these guys have been up to ownership-wise. So at the VALSPAR, we can take a look at who's gained the most points on the field overall. So that would be not Max McGreevy, that was at the Cognizant. So let's get McGreevy out of the filters here. Patrick Cantley, back in 2017. Awesome. We don't really care about that. Do we have guys that are just in the field? That's what we want. Okay, I'll change this event name to in the field. Cameron Young, playing in this week, gained a ton of points on the field. Where's Peter Malnati? Where is Peter? He's in here. Why is he not in for the rest of the stuff? Is he not in the field? What the heck is going on here? At the VALSPAR. Interesting. Okay. Working on this stuff, as always, testing out the new tools. I don't know what the fuck's going on, why I always have broken shit on this thing. Drives me nuts. Anyway, moving forward. Let's chat about Thomas Dietrich, because I see that as the first deep dive suggestion that we have going on over here. I've also done a terrible job with the chat, but we're going to be doing a bit more chatting here now shortly. So, Dave Dean. Cheers, cheers. Haven't had a sip on the... Look at this. There we go. Cheers, my man. Okay, so Thomas Dietrich. What's been happening in his life the last little while? Let's go to the one that seems to have the least problems. But we're always fixing stuff. It's all good. Moving up in the world. All right. So 2025 has been the year that Thomas Dietrich broke out. Won at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Good to see there from Tommy. Arnold Palmer missed the cut. That's the only miscut we've had so far. T5 at the Century. What has he got up to at the VALSPAR before? I don't know. Like, we're not seeing much here. You know, off the tee has been great. That's not going to help him that much this week. You're looking for good putting. Obviously, at the Waste Management had a crazy. Like, just look at these stats. Didn't gain any approach metrics in 2025. More than 1 in a tournament, and then goes and gains 7 when he wins. 3.5 off the tee. Should have seen it coming at the Century, but the Century is just a wide open golf course. You can just mash it. So I don't know how we could have seen that coming, but it is what it is. Also, the putting, crazy. Let's take a look at the VALSPAR stuff for him. 1 appearance here, top 20. So guess he gained 3 off the tee. Solid on approach, gained putting. So I don't know. I can't say I'm thrilled about him. Where does he start? What time does he's is he in the there he is. So he's there for you. 12th in upside, 38th in safety. Depends how you want to go. Obviously got a lot of top 5 situations. For Alditri, what does his iron metrics look like at this kind of golf course? Doesn't gain the most strokes on these shorter courses because obviously the distance is there. So that's where he really thrives, on the bigger, longer golf courses. Plays a lot better from 150 and out. That's his main area that he bowls out at. So we're going to see a lot of shots from there. But even from 200 plus, that's not ideal. So we're going to see a lot of those par 5s have this column pay dividends. So you want to make sure that you got guys that can hit good fairway shots from 200 plus, because we've got 5 par 3s that are 195 and beyond. Okay, what else is going on with Thomas Dietrich? What's his par 5 scoring like? 70th in the field. It is what it is. 17th in his only appearance. I can't, like, we've missed 2 cuts in a row. Does that answer your question? I'm not the biggest Thomas Dietrich fan. Anyway, but, no other top 10s in the last 10 starts outside of the one random win by 7 goddamn shots. Insane. All right. I feel like our hog, everyone shitting on his play, everyone play Nick. Jesus. What kind of caption is this? Okay, so let's just type in Højgaard for both boys. Ajis, Nikolai, Rasmus. Rasmus, as he should be, is 7,500 and 7,300 for Nikolai. Nikolai is riding a bit better form since Mexico and Cognizant, 8th and 18th finishes there. Rasmus got off to some better starts, but hasn't necessarily been the same since his implosion at the Waste Management. That wasn't ideal. So we both missed the cuts at the Players. How do their statistical profiles rank? Rasmus played here in 2021, missed the cut. Rasmus on the DP World Tour, most of his starts, this was last 12 months, solid in round 2. Good to see there. Then we're going to take a look at some iron play. I'm all over the place again. Let's do this. All right. So Rasmus, shorter golf courses, tends to do it together. The accuracy is not the greatest, but he's got tons of distance, so he can club down, hit those good iron shots. Not the best from 200 plus, but pretty solid. And Nikolai is the guy when it comes to the iron play. I mean, from a iron proximity, from an iron strokes gain perspective, I mean, this dude has got it right now. Very, very solid. Neither the greatest out of the rough, but when he's on the fairway, this guy is ruthless. Both have AMT times. Obviously, we filtered on that right now. Nikolai looking good. Playing great. Gaining points on the field quite nicely. Gaining points on the field in the last 11 months. Found his game. I mean, he has definitely found something, because he was not playing good golf at all. At all. For a while. So in 2025, we are seeing irons. Oh, God. Looking good. 4 events this year. 3 of them he's gained over 3 strokes on the field. Good to see there. Mexico Open, bigger, wider course. Obviously, the distance came in. Struggled off the tee. Who played here? Rasmus? Yeah. Because we don't have a VALSPAR filter for Nikolai. So it must be Rasmus that played here that time. Off the tee and approach at the Players, that's going to get you. You're just going to get eaten up there. It is what it is. It is what it is. So you missed the cut there, unfortunately. But that's fine. So we're going to scoot along here. I mean, the iron play is so solid, so goddamn good. 150 and out is just incredible for old Nikolai. So I think people have reason to go to him. The putter spikes a bit here and there. That 8th place at Mexico is a good thing. Cognizant top 20. Cognizant's a great comp. Similar kind of field, similar kind of course. I like it. Nikolai, 110 to 1. Let's go. You said it. Matu Pavan. Okay. If you want to, we can do that. Pavan. Matu. Hasn't played the VALSPAR. Has to, obviously, now, because he's not playing the greatest golf. 2025, he's played a lot of golf. Probably played more times so far this year than he did all of last year. Okay, I'm lying. But did not play the lot. Yeah, played a decent amount once. He kind of got it together. Whatever. Moving along. Arnold Palmer, missed the cut. Farmers Insurance, missed the cut as a defending champ. Not good. Iron play. Now, this is the thing with this dude. You're getting very splotchy results, but he can spike at any given moment. I mean, look at these two iron performances. Yeah. Solid. Very, very good stuff. Then he has random weeks where he just putts very well. Then he has random weeks where he chips very well. But nothing is coming together overall. The drive has been pretty mediocre, all things considered. Hasn't had that together for a while. He is usually very cheap. He is usually very sporadic. So you can definitely see some upside from him. 3% expected ownership, $6,400. We know this guy can contend when he's feeling it. Not quite showing up right now. I don't mind a course like this for him. What does his statistical breakdown look like with the irons? Not very good in any real department. Okay from 200 and out. And with the rough, not great. So the overall long-term iron outlook, not the greatest. But he's $6,400, right? So you got to have to find a couple guys like that you want to play. Got to construct your lineups differently. If you're playing the same players as everybody else, you have to play them differently. So maybe throw a couple more 6K guys in there. It's almost a showdown slate over the weekend because we've cut this field in half, essentially. If we think, I mean, I would imagine the winning lineup this week has an AM, PM 6-pack, if that makes any sense. Okay. I'm betting Walker top 20, says Hermit Money. Hermit Money, let's see what Walker top 20 has to offer for us. Danny Boy, 9 a.m. tea time. Good to see that. He is 36th in safety. That's good. And 134th in upside. It's not so hot. That's okay, though. We also don't have that many rounds of golf for old Danny Walker. Strokes going off the tee, very, very good. Around the green, very, very good. Those are his two elite traits. Again, how many shot link rounds do we have here? Doesn't even have it populated for him. So fun stuff there. But he's a good wedge player. Typically, the 150 to 200 isn't the greatest, but he's a good long iron player too. Also, very limited data for this guy. I haven't played much, but we've got a 13th at Mexico and a 6th at the Players. That's good to see. What has he been up to over that period of time? We can take a look at Walker. Brett, Danny, there we go. Right. So 2025, we are seeing some obviously very good stuff. Wow. Gained a lot of strokes off the tee at the Players. Good to see that. Also, what on earth is going on here? Like, this doesn't even add up. So I'll figure that out at some point. But these are all obviously numbers we're looking at. Let's put that out there. Maybe Tom Kim. Did Tom Kim actually gain that amount of money at the Players? Did he gain 10? Did he gain? Yeah, he did. Okay, so that's correct. So we got to figure out what the hell's going on with the strokes gain total stuff. Players, Danny, let's go. Top 20. I like it. I like it a lot. Got 2 of them this year already, and a 42nd. So I don't mind it. On the KFT, he was also very inconsistent. So what are these top 20 odds for it? What is top 20 odds? All right. Accurate shots in the fairway need strong par 5 performance. Never need heavily hitters, so no left or right. Bullshit. Avoid the trees. Tour capture types, all sorts of weird. I am on the internet when I'm not on the stream, so I don't know who has withdrawn or not. All right. Goombaya. Goombas 3040 wants a Matt Wallace DFS deep dive. So what does Wallace have to offer us? First of all, we have to check to see what the tee time is. Is he going off in the morning? In round 1. He is good. He has played well here in the past. So we got a 7th and a 17th at the VALSPAR. The best finish he's had so far is a 44th at the Waste Management. If we take a look at the putting, it's been ass for the last 36 rounds. Great par 5 scorer, though. Makes a lot of sense why he plays well here. He's very good around the greens, typically. If we take a look at his around the green stuff, he's 19th in the field there, playing nicely with the irons. The driver is causing some issues. It's tons of green in regulation, weighted-wise. So we're going to see that coming in from him over there. Let's actually see if I can find the green in regulation stuff. change this color. There we go. Just adding to the model as we go along. So the green regulation rate, not the greatest from the fairway from 150 to 200. Let's take, I'm not going to do that. But I'm assuming we're getting a lot of green regulations from 150 and out of the rough. Great out of the rough. So at a golf course like this, again, makes a lot of sense because if we take a look at the key stats, we are seeing driving accuracy 5 to 6% less than tour average. We are seeing green regulation rates 10% less than tour average over the last 2 years. We're going to see a lot of missed greens in this weather. So you want to make sure you have good scrambling out the rough when it comes to irons, and you want to make sure that you're also hitting those chips nice and tight. So we like that from Matt Wallace. What has he been up to the last little while? T26 at the Puerto Rico. Good to see that. Bunch of miscuts pretty much elsewhere. Waste management 44th. We've already gone over that. Irons have been good. The driver's been okay. Sporadically bad at times. Putting, abysmal. Very, very bad. He has not gained strokes putting once. He's lost more than 1.5 strokes every single time he's teed it up. No good. And putting is very important here. But if we click on VALSPAR, we know we've got this course record. And he's done decent without the putter, so to speak. It's everything else. Tee to green for Matthew Wallace. 7,200, 3%. AMT time, maybe you can double that to 5-6%. Love the play for a Matthew Wallace option at this price. With this corner course history, big fan. Big fan of Matt Wallace. I get he was good, but how about now? Was that in reply to Jordan Spieth or in reply to Matt Wallace? Okay, Jordan Spieth. Let's take a look at Jordan Spieth. Why am I going to the time? Let's go to Jordan. No, he is PM tee time. So let's get that out of there. Let's find Jordan. Take a look at his stuff. Course history is going to be amazing. 13th in the field. He's driving the absolute piss out of the golf ball. Distance, accuracy, strokes gained off the tee on shorter golf courses. All good stuff. Weighted green regulation rates, 7th in the field. It's a lot of good shots with the wedges. We don't really care about that. He's just so good out the rough. I mean, this guy is a Houdini. 10th in the field in strokes gained out of the rough from 150 and out. 70% of shots come from 150 and out. Obviously, 5 of them are off the tee on par 3s. There's a lot of them that will be from the rough, though, as well. So he plays those shots very nicely. If we take a look at his putting, it's been quite bad the last 36 rounds. Par 5 scoring, quite atrocious. Mr. Kutcher last year. We know he's obviously won this golf tournament too. I was on him when he finished 3rd in 2023 and hit the freaking ball in the water. That was the last time I've ever bet Jordan Spieth, and it will continue to be that way. You will not find me betting Jordan Spieth. And we get that PM tee time, no good over there. Great finish at the waste management. Didn't ever really look like he was going to win it, though. Obviously, with Dietrich a million miles away. We take a look at Jordan's last couple starts. We are going to be getting an interesting dichotomy of results at the VALSPAR. Just across, I drove the absolute piss out of it in 2021. Good to see there. We are missing. Why is 2024 missing here? Good question. Because he did play here in 2024. Yes, he did. Missed the cut. Interesting. So we'll find that. But in general, we aren't even really looking for his course history. We're just looking for his most recent play. And at the Players, he chipped his way around that golf course real well. Lost 5 strokes on approach and gained 2.5 off the tee. Ugh. You do you, Kev. I can't say I'm thrilled about Jordan Spieth, but please put him in the lineup that we have in our friendly contest every week. I would appreciate that. Sup, big fella? What's up, Peyton Manthing? Appreciate you. Let's win every bet this week. Why the F not? You know what? I agree with you. We've got outrights out there. Only one of those can win. But if it does, we net ourselves 7 units. And we've only got one placement, Tommy Fleetwood. So we are in good shape to win every single bet we've placed. And Cristobal Del Solar in the first round leader market, I believe. Scooting along down. What up, boys? Brad's in the house. Good to see Brad and his wife getting married in the profile picture there. Happy, happy wedding for you. Posted a photo in the premium chat for Discord. Okay, whatever that means. We'll take a look afterwards. Some of the Euros can flat out play. Totally agree with you. We've seen a good slew of them win earlier, like pre-2021. Been Americans since, but it's all good. Righty. Wheels up, back to his man crush on Jackson Suba. Let's just do it right now. Absolutely. JT just sucking ass. Dude, one of the most unseriously talented golfers ever. So freaking good, but just can't get it done. Just cannot get it done when it matters. He's like a way more expensive Taylor Montgomery. Okay. Jackson Suba. Subaru. Sony Open. Dialed in on approach. Very good to see there. Then we take a look. Okay, this is average. This is total. Figured it out. Got to change them so they're all the same. But this is average, and these are totals. That makes sense to me. Glad we took an hour and 11 minutes to figure that one out. Subaru. I don't know, my man. I don't know what you're I get we are looking for some Corn Ferry Tour stuff here. Great Corn Ferry Tour results. Obviously very talented. But since the Sony, we haven't really seen much. It's been driver that's caused him a lot of the problems. Some spike upside with the putter and the irons. The irons are very solid. Very good iron player. Solid around the greens, considering he hits his irons as well as he does. You don't need to be that great around the greens with that kind of profile. Off the tee's bad. Putter is sometimes bad and good. So, you know, I don't mind it. What is his tee time? 9:20. Okie dokie. Good par 5 scorer so far this year. Like to see that. 99th place in 2022 when he was on the VALSPAR field list. Iron play wise, avoids poor shots so well with the short wedges. And his iron play is actually more tailored to this golf course than others. So I'm starting to like him a little more. You know, the iron play could even be better this week because we saw what it got up to at the Players. We saw what it got up to. Oh, it sucked at the Players, but that's a lot of wedges. You know, you see a lot of wedges around the Players. Sony Open, cognizant is wedgies, but also longer irons too. I don't know. Mexico should have crushed. Farmers should have crushed. Didn't on approach. But, you know, can't win them all. Not a bad price for a guy that's got some upside. Can't say I'm as obsessed with him as you are, but Wheels Up said he's bet in top 30 as well. Okay. Kent Davey says he has the secret to this tournament. He says Ricky Castillo, first round leader. Okay. And also a William Wallace as a option there. I also realized I haven't done a giveaway. It's all good. We'll just skip it. We'll do 2 next week. Or you know what? Quick trivia for you guys. I don't even know the question I'm going to ask. Who's got the single best tournament strokes gained putting at this golf course? Should be a pretty easy question. Hit me in the comments right now in the live chat. And those of you that made it this far, who's going to finish dead freaking last this week? Hit me in the post-live comments underneath the video. I don't even know if anyone commented last week. I will go take a look and make it right with you guys. I've been slacking on that side of things. I want to get you guys in my Patreon for free for a month because we like that kind of thing on here. You know, I want you guys to see what's going on in there. It's a great, great place. Use code VALSPAR 50% off if you want to get in right now. Link in the description below too. All right. So let's see. We are asking who has gained the most strokes putting in one tournament at this golf course at the VALSPAR. I know we've got a couple things missing. Like, where the hell is Peter Malnati's round? That's the question. I'm going to actually just reset the filters, just make sure that it's good. Type in the vals and see. Strokes gained putting. Good. It's the guy that I expected, that none of you guys have mentioned yet. Oh, Joanne. Joanne is just, she's the best. So JD says Spieth, not Spieth. Spieth is not even on the first page. Wheels Up says JT. JT gaining the most strokes gained putting is a bold take. No, not him. We are live with the TGL crack drafter. Okay. Willie Z gaining the most strokes putting is also not a thing. Sam Ryder, we're going to be getting to, by the way. Malnati, no. Riley, no. We saw Riley is dominating with the irons and the driver at this golf course. I don't know. Joanne just keeps winning these contests. She kicks your guy's ass like weekly. Sam Burns. But I might just have to give Salty Warlord to Joanne's, because Joanne is like banked up like 3 months worth of the Patreon and she's still not in it yet, Joanne. Let's get it together, okay? Get in there so we can hang out. There it is. In 2022, Sam Burns, 14.26 strokes gained putting. I doubt Peter Malnati. Let's go take a quick peek just to make sure. I don't know where the heck Peter Malnati's stuff is. But at the VALSPAR, did he do... Look at this profile. It wouldn't be. It was 8. So, yeah, Sam just went nutsos when it came to that week. It's going to be tough to beat 14. By the way, an interesting thing about Sam Burns putting at the VALSPAR and Hideki Matsuyama's approach play at the US Opens. When it comes to these two metrics, Hideki, I think, has gained more strokes at US Opens than Sam Burns has at the VALSPAR. Let's just, you know what? Nope, that's not going to work. US Open. And then we're going to go Sam Burns. And we're going to go Hideki. Look at this situation here. So if we go by putting, obviously look at Sam Burns' VALSPAR stuff. Just insane. Just so many strokes gained on the greens for Sam at the VALSPAR. But if we go by approach, look at the situation here that Hideki Matsuyama's done at US Opens. It's borderline the same as Sam Burns. And it's just insane at these US Opens. Hideki is just crushing it. Hasn't gained less than 4.83 strokes in a US Open since 2019. Yeah, like insane stuff. Just random trivia that you can use these cool-ass tools to figure out for you guys selves. We are making it better day by day. I appreciate you guys' support. All right. Joanne, one of these days we will get it soon. Okay, my girl. You just do your thing. You know you're more than welcome forever in there. We need a golfer to drink paint and win in the snake pit. Jesus. Okay. Who on earth would be a golfer that drinks paint? That's the question I want to know. But, friends, I think that's going to do it for us. I will give you guys 2 minutes if you put in a nomination for a deep dive that I did not do. Oh, yeah, as an Alex Smalley. Consistently there on Sunday, but recently can't get it done in Weakerfield. Not a great draw, though. Chris, let's take a look. Smalley, I totally agree with you. And I think a cooler way to start this search would be, by the way, if you're looking at Tommy Fleetwood stuff, just look at this. Historically, he's top, like, since 2019, he is just gaining so many freaking dollars for you. 230 over that period of time. Top 10s lost you $1,460. But at the VALSPAR. Look, let's just go 2025, 2024 for Tommy. That top 20 chart just flies up the board. Insane. If we go PGA, get all of that out of there. We actually, what on earth is going on here? PGA, Tommy Fleetwood. Why are we negative? Well, maybe if we just do 2025, there we go. Been great. 3 consecutive top 20s. Good to see from Tommy. And if we go to the VALSPAR, it's been nice too. For Tommy. Take a look at the top 20s there. 2 top 20s. And a plus 110, plus 140. So minus 115 wasn't the worst bet when it came out. And then it's just been nuked to minus 200 right now. Alex Smalley on the chart. Let's figure it out, yeah. Okay. Smalley, he's pulled up. Let's see. 2025, I'm going to change this to date so that it's nice and chronological as well, like the other one. So strokes gained total. It's just been good. Just been very, very good. Farmers was the only week he's lost strokes gained total, missed the cut, obviously. Approach play, he's one of the best iron players in the business right now, but hasn't really gained that much on the iron front. Interesting. Driving it just so well, though. Just so well. The putting has been good too. But what I wanted to do was pull up the showdown thing for Smalley so we could see, can like literally see the statistics for his round 4 stuff. Round 1 gets off to slow starts. Let's just do most recently. Round 1 gets off to very slow starts. Not ideal. Then round 2, round 3, solid stuff. Round 4 has been good, but when he's within 3, it's not very good. You know, like we lose a lot of strokes. Waste Management Phoenix Open in round 3, but that's not necessarily like the most important one. You're looking for round 4s when he's within 3. And the players, he obviously showed us what he's up to there. Mexico Open, he was within striking distance and completely shit the bed as well. Not going to work. Not going to work. But yeah, he's playing so good right now. Playing so good. I don't know. Off the tee, is that going to help you that much this week? Can you gain that much? Let's take a look here. What is the most strokes gained off the tee at the VALSPAR? Without Peter Malnati's round. Sergio Garcia, Tony Finau, back in 2018, 2017, gained 6. Cameron Young, last year. So Cameron Young's in here, but where the heck is Peter Malnati's name? Off the tee, Cam Young crushed it. But it's been a while, you know, like since 2020, KH Lee was next at 4. So you're not necessarily getting, does this filter work yet? Yeah, it does. Last year, a couple guys gained 4+. Those are all longer hitters and KH Lee. What is, you know, you decide. You can figure it out. We've seen it's difficult to dominate off the tee and win this golf tournament, although Cam Young did it. Peter, oh, there's Peter. What's he doing all of a sudden? So maybe the filters are a little jacked up, but yes, Peter gained a lot off the tee. Really impressive stuff from him. Lost around the greens and gained 8.5 strokes putting. Peter, my man. All right. Okie dokie. Did I do Kitayama? No, I didn't. So let's do it. And no one's mentioned Bez yet either, so we can do that. And Harry Hall. All right, so you guys are coming in hot and heavy with a couple names late. Let's clear some filters here, reset the filters. Let's go Kitayama. Click his name, see what's going on. 2025. We've got some domination off the tee, hasn't lost strokes yet in 2025. Good to see. And going in, I mean, he's just so good off the tee. So good off the tee. And that's why he's such a good top 40 performer. Take a look at Kitayama. He is inside, I mean, he's very solid from 150 to 200. Solid from, like, the longer irons are his jam, for sure. AMT time, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Where are the cuts? Look at this. So top 40 rate is like 50% of the time he's inside the top 40. Only 50% of the time we're inside the top 40. 15% of the time, we're inside the top 20. So it's not a great conversion rate. You always want to be betting this guy top 40. You never really want to be betting him anywhere else. Doesn't check any boxes because he's just outside the top 20s, right, for the approach stuff. Yeah. Everything of his is just outside the top 20. I guess he's 18th there. So why is that box not getting checked? I love how I audit my own stuff all the time. Is it even pulling the right one? It is. Oh, it's a wedge. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. Gonna have to figure that box out. Gosh darn it, Byron. Get your stuff together, please. So Kurt Kitayama, AMT time, solid stuff. Off the tee, very good. Like to see all that stuff. 6% ownership, not terrible, but where are you going to be getting the upside from? 37th place finish is his best finish so far prior to the Players, 33rd at the Players. Still, that's what you're getting. Top 40s, nothing more than that from Kurt. What's he done here? Miscut in 2022. You know, maybe we bet Kurt top 40. Where's his current situation for the top 40 market? Let me see. Do I have a book up right now? There we do. Okay. Kurt Kitayama for top 40 bet. Maybe that's where we want to go. But also, like, he's barely finishing inside the top 40 right now. Doesn't think he's got it. Not going to go tempt it. Don't tempt me, Satan. We're not doing that just yet. All right, some other ones. Has anyone mentioned Bez? I love Bez. Bez is like low-key doing some good stuff. AMT time, 9th year last year, API top 20, Waste Management top 5, top 40s for days. Bet him at the Players for a top 40, missed the cuts. No good. Bet him at the Amex for a top 40, missed that one. Been playing top 40s, solid stuff elsewhere. So that's what's Bezzy's situation recently. Then we're taking a look here. You know, obviously some solid finishes there. How does his iron play? He's a great long iron player, by the way. 37th in the field in strokes gained. Avoids the poor shots quite well. Mid iron's not the greatest. So that's the problem for him. Out the rough, also quite poor. So he's not actually going to fit this course as well as we'd think. Solid with the accuracy. Obviously doesn't have tons of good distance. But he's putting and chipping so well again. That's good to see. That's typically what he's done well, and the irons are probably catching up. So let's take a quick deep dive on Bez because he's playing some good golf again. So in 2025, around the green has just been on fuego, so has the putter. Been doing good stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ah, wow. So since the outside of the waste management, we have lost on approach every time he's played in 2025. That's not good at all. It's not good. Not good. Like when your best approach week is only one positive and you finish 4th, that's what you're going to be getting. I don't know. You know, like, oof. That is bad. It's very, very bad. And off the tee, not much. I mean, what the hell how do you lose that much off the tee at the Century? What are you doing? Anyway, so I don't know. The around the green stuff, obviously great. You need that. Yeah, the putting. He's going to scramble his way around this golf course. Maybe that's why we're betting him top 40 only. But yeah. Scary stuff there. Scary stuff. Billy Horschel, first round leader. Okay. What's Billy got up to? Should we go take a look at Billy's situation? Billy Horschel. Billy Andrade. We got all these Billies. Holy, a lot of Billies in here. Pretty much status quo across the board. If we just go the last couple years, we can take a look there for us. Nice to see that the filters are going out of there. Nice. Okay. So round 1, he's round 4. He's like a backdoor whore. Wow. Okay. Took us an hour and a half to come up with a really bad saying there, but that's what we got. that what we're going to call Billy from now on? That's a bit of a brutal nickname, isn't it? But it's the truth. So in round 4, I mean, we're going to see some great results here. 2025, Pebble Beach, that's where he backdoored the top 10 with a great final round. This is more so 2024 doing a lot of the work here. A lot better results in round 4 for Billy Horschel. That's not the reason. That's the reason why as well. All right, so backdoor Billy Ho. Maybe that's a better way to kind of go about it. But in 2025, we haven't really seen much going on, you know, so it's just not been good at all. The only positive rounds we've seen from him is in round 3. So maybe some showdown stuff from him, but overall, it's just been quite putrid. Not gonna lie to you, hasn't been doing good. Hasn't been doing good. But first round leader, you know, go for it. Don't mind it at those numbers. Yeah, if Seabears irons flips, dude, wow. And he's been solid, typically. I don't know what the hell's happened. Rio hits a toonie, 161 each way for first round leader. Okay. Tour capture, just dropping first round leaders in here. It's Satsune. Let's just go with Rio. I'm not entirely. Yeah, it's Satsune. I know Darbo says it's Sats. In 2025, what have we been up to? Round 4 as well. Wow. We need to figure out what's going on here. So first round leader, what's he been up to in round 1? Mexico Open, solid. Outside of that, not so good. If we take a look at any sort of Rio hasn't had a spike round better than 3+ strokes. We usually be looking for 4. It's not going to get there. We go to 2025, got a 1 Rocket Mortgage. He's gained 5+. And it was 5.01. So it basically could be in the 4 bucket. But I feel you. You know, you got to go with those inklings. I don't agree with that one, though, based off the stats. We'll see. The second. Yes. I almost launched Seabears. Looks like he's... What? He's out? He WD'd? I love all these WDs that go on with... I had some questions on X. Okay. Well, I'm not on X, my man. Unless, I'll answer you later. But bring them in the chat. That's what we're doing over here. David Skins, first round leader. Phil, let's take... he's the guy. Skinny Dave. The only round he gains is Cristobal's cousin. First rounds, only week. Yep, and look at all of his spike rounds are in round 1. Got 2 spike rounds, and they come in round 1. Half of his spike rounds, yeah, this is the way to play Dave. So it's obviously we've got some 2025, 2024 stuff going on here. All good. Let's see what his best rounds are and when they came. Most of them all in 2024. Hasn't necessarily got much going in round 1 yet in 2025. That's what's going on. So, he's always one of these guys that's got high upside, the +6s, wherever they come. Sanderson's, RBC Canadian, +4s. Cognizant VALSPAR, 4.86 in round 2. So you never know. You never know. You never know, Phil. All right. Sorry. Yep. Talking about the WDs, Carson Young, EVR. Yeah, those all happened a bit before we went live. Yeah. You can join the Discord in the link in the description below, my bud. Go ahead, hit the Patreon. That's going to get you 50% off if you use code VALSPAR. First month, 50% off. I appreciate you. Link in the description. If not, just message me on X. I'll get you right in there. Awesome stuff. Bet 105. Gosh darn it, Byron. Let's go. Get this in. Okay. We've got to find some matchups. We're going to find ourselves some matchups. Bet 105. Link to this website also in the link in the description for you and me and everybody in between. Yeah, we're going to hit the golf. We're going to go to PGA Tour Champ International. We don't even have... There we go. Okay. VALSPAR matchups. Let's do this. Rico over Chan Kim. Michael Kim over JT Poston. Kurt over Bridgman. Matty Schmitz over Ryan. Joel over Joseph. Nikolai over Bo. Also juiced to the max there. But you can go the cut probability one. Let's see that one. Where are those two guys? This is going a little longer than I wanted, but hey, it is what it is. So we're going Nikolai. I think he was also AMs. Okay. And then it was Bo. Where's Bo? Is he an AM? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is the one. This is the one. Nikolai over Bo. I understand Bo's doing good stuff. The ball striking is completely lost at the moment. Hasn't necessarily been crushing it since the Farmers, which he's like a California guy anyway. Nikolai's playing a lot better lately. Gets the AM tea time. Bo gets the PM. This is exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to put this in here for Bo, Nikolai. So the nice thing here is you can go, instead of laying minus 150, we're looking at miscut, made cut equity here. So you can click the minus 105, which gets you at minus 120. So that's, why am I in euros or pounds? What is that about? We'll log in later and get that figured out. Nikolai over Bo, minus 120. Got to win by 2. We're kind of essentially looking for a miscut from Bo, made cut from Nikolai. That cashes right away. That's the point of these bets. You lay like 0.3 units, you're going to just leave off the table there as an investment, which we like a lot. Keith Mitchell, Sahith, interesting. I mean, that's just nasty, nasty, negative, floppy. Jordan Spieth, Adam Scott, can't say I'm super thrilled about that. Sepp and Xander. Interesting matchup. We'll just do this. Do it by, yeah. Xander's PM, AM. Sepp's also AM. So we can also be doing that. I should also be betting Sepp top 20. Maybe we'll do that as well. Okay, both are AM. Don't like that. Johnny Vegas versus Andrew Novak. Andrew Novak is not a good matchup guy because he's too inconsistent. Johnny Vegas a little more consistent though. But Novak's PM, we know that because he's our outright. What is Vegas? Is Vegas, and Vegas is like one of these guys that's more consistent than, oh, he's an AM tea time as well. See what I'm saying here? Just getting consistency from Vegas, not upside. Whereas Novak is the other way around. So when he wins, he's going to make the cut and crush. But yeah, missed the cut here the last 2 years, but he gets that AM tea time over Novak. And I think he's the dog. Yeah, we can go Johnny Vegas, minus 105. You get the plus money bet there. Love that. So technically he's actually, yeah, there's pretty much even money there. Okay, cool. So like that bet. Kevin Roy. Easy way to see this one. We just type in Kevin. I do like that bet 105 does that. Wow, there's 4 Kevins this week. Both AM tea time. We'll leave that one alone. Tom Kim, Sam Burns. Is Sam Burns PM? AM. Nope, not dealing with that one. Billy, Max McGreevy. JT Tommy. JT. Ooh, but JT plays well in the wind. I kind of fancy that one, though. If you're looking for some Tommy Fleetwood exposure, you can absolutely go minus 130. Has to beat JT by 2. But Tommy's got the better situation going on here. If we take a look at these two guys, it's just the first 2 basically rows. Both got good course history, but Tommy's just playing a lot better than JT right now. Like JT is just, a couple good starts early, but it's just when he doesn't play well, it's outside the top 30. Whereas Tommy's pretty much consistent. So love that bet as well. Minus 130. Tommy Fleetwood over Justin Thomas. Wave split advantage there. Okie dokie. Any other situations we liking? Yeah, I like what's going on here. So we're going to go with Tommy Fleetwood over Justin Thomas. Minus 130 has to beat him by 2. Wave advantage. Jonathan Vegas over Andrew Novak, our guy. Going off in the PM. We're getting plus money there. Has to beat him by 2. We're looking for miscuts, essentially. And Vegas gets AM, Novak gets PM, and Nikolai over Bo. If there's one, you know what? That's easily my favorite bet. That's the one we really want to bet as well. So I might land up laying a little more on that one than normal. The other two, go ahead if you want, but I fancy this one in a big way. So this is going to be the one that I'm absolutely placing. If you want to place another 2, those are there for you. This is the one. So we'll do that after I get off here. I'm not going to show you guys my login information. We did a whole weather recap at the beginning of the show. So go check that out over there. Yes, you did. So hit the link in the description below for the Discord. I'll get you in there, courtesy of Joanne. You might have got in after I mentioned who it was, but someone has to win this contest, since Joanne can't just live in the Discord forever. But she is going to be when she shows up. All right. 5 Kevins, if you include me. Absolutely. You're going to be there? Have fun. All right. Living in Georgia says, oh, Bet365. Do you know how to get around that? I might have some fun stuff for you coming soon. It's soon. Can't tell you when, maybe next week even. But I might have some sneaky stuff for you. Bet 105 is available in all 50 states, by the way, so you can get those everywhere. They just don't have placements sometimes, most of the time, or outrights. Usually they did, but now they don't. I don't know why. It is what it is. Why is Matt Wallace still leading in some stat cats? Well, we went over Matt Wallace. It's the around the green play. It's the par 5 play. It's the good play with the irons out the rough overall. So that's what's going on with Matty Wallace. All right, folks. I appreciate you guys. We were cruising. I mean, this thing is still like full, so we didn't even really get to the twisted. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Have a great VALSPAR. I appreciate you for showing up in the Discord. I appreciate you for showing up in the chat over here. Chaos is going to ensue. So if you like that kind of thing, we've got it this week. VALSPAR code gets you 50% off the Patreon. All the tools I've been using here, we are always working on making them better. They are mine. I just had a newborn kid, and time is not as freely available as it once was. So we are always working on making small improvements as we go along, but I'm trying to bring you guys the best absolute tools there are. I'll bring all the showdown stuff as the week unfolds. It's going to be fun. Round 1 showdown is absolutely happening in the Discord for sure because of the weather advantage, and then round 2 as well. So we'll be doing all of that stuff. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I've run a half marathon in under 2 hours, my friend, just by the way. So I'm okay with getting off to slow starts. That's what I do my whole life. We're going to be just freaking fine. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, please, and thank you very, very much. And if you're looking for underdog stuff, the Patreon also has the underdog draft tool, which is badass for drafting underdog, because you need to know who's playing when and how many of each guy for each different signature event, non-signature event you have in your rosters. Big deal. Link to that in the description below. Links to everything in the description below. Click all those links. Support your boy. I would appreciate that. We'll catch you guys next week for whatever tournament it is. Peace. There we go.